So, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Give Me God of War. And in this episode, I'm basically going to be talking about things I like now, and things I like and don't like. Now, for instance, you're seeing a finishing move here. This finishing move you are seeing on that troll, he will do that finishing move every single time. It doesn't change, it's not different in any way. So that is one thing I do not like about this game. But it's just something I would like for them to, and one thing I would like for them to add in the sequel, if that ever comes to be, which I think it will based on that cutscene, is I would like there to be more finishing moves. So that's why I brought up the finish move in the beginning. There's at least one different type of finishing move for each type of enemy. Although the problem is, like some of the bigger fiery enemies that lunge at you and do all these things are kind of not. Then you can't really do a finishing move per se. It's really either you take your axe and do a heavy attack and cut their head, and then you can do a finishing move that way, if you really call that a finishing move. Like this one you're seeing right here. Never mind. One thing that you're seeing a lot of is I love the combat. That's one thing I do love. But I do not like... I don't like that certain enemies are very annoying and out of place. So it's just little things here and there that I'm not too happy with necessarily. I love Atreus. One thing I really want in Atreus is I want him to have more godlike abilities, because I think it'd be really cool. Yeah, it'd be awesome, because part of me when I was first playing the game, I honestly thought that there would be more, once Atreus, kind of did that Spartan rage and then fainted, I thought when you revived him, he would do more type of stuff like that, like more godlike abilities, but he never did. That's another thing I don't like. So right now I'm just sort of showcasing most of the finishing moves that you can do on most enemies. And yeah, so right now I'm about to actually do a realm challenge. And yeah, I love everything about this game, other than a few, and I'll go explain what they are right now. So one of them is that I don't like that this enemy that you see here, the big guy, the big frost guy that just swung at me, I don't like that most of his attacks you can't block. And I have really good runic attacks, so there's that. I love the runic attacks, and that's another thing too. I want like the runic attacks to be more to have more, I should say, so that there's more variety. There already is a ton, but I would like a few more like legendary runic attacks that do a lot of damage. That'd be really cool. Alright, another thing I don't like about this game, and it's very hard, this is like me digging out of the freaking bottom of the barrel here, but I don't like how some armors drastically change their stats. I think that's kind of annoying. But it's all about variety, so I can see why they did it. But I just sort of, make there less armors and not, a ton where it's, inconvenient. But again, that's just nitpicking here. There's not a lot. Another thing, too, is that I would really like it if the game... how do I say this? I'd really like it if the game had more combos with his blades, because not every single original moveset, at least I think to my knowledge, is not in this game. So I love that runic attack. That's one of the runics that I love, because you'll actually see here in a sec, I defeat one of the ancients like really fast. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I love God of War, so it's really hard for me to do this type of thing, but That's this is that agent I was talking about is right here. I think it's funny because I didn't notice he was there, and then I slowed time down with the talisman. And I love that runic attack so much. It's so freaking awesome. And that talisman too. I think that talisman, that and the Shattered Ages of Gauntlet is pretty good too. Now another thing that I do really wish they would improve upon, is more places to go explore. Like I said, the places you can explore are really, really good, but there's just not a lot of like new places to really go after you beat the game, other than the 2 realms. And I know this is like I'm gonna get fixed in the next game most likely, because I'm pretty sure in the next game we're gonna be allowed to go to Asgard. But come on, how cool would it have been to go to the home of Thor and Odin? I would have loved to see Asgard. I think they're gonna do a good job on it. Although I don't want them to limit it a lot. Like I want it to kind of be around like a little less than Midgard. I think Midgard is a good example of an open world that I love so much about this game. But yeah, and this finishing move here is actually really unique compared to the rest of them, because he doesn't really throw a lot of the times on his finishing moves. So there's that, and that's my big issue with this game, is the finishing moves, because after a while when you're going through the game and sort of just playing, you're like, God, I wish there's more finishing moves. So, I really wish there was more finishing moves.
Gods do not fall this easily, boy.
This dragon is dangerous.
But it sounds so sad.
So this finishing move you're seeing right here, I wish they would kind of elaborate on this, because it's really cool. I love that finishing move. And this is just a quick little shot of Atreus freeing the dragon, which I think is very cool. I think it's a nice, fun thing to do after beating the game. You can go explore different areas and free all 3 dragons. I only show this one in the video, but there's 2 others. But yeah, they're all like unique and they look a little different. Same outline, but a little different. And you don't have to fight them, so that's always nice. But yeah. So this is another thing right here. You'll see it here in a sec once I defeat these 2 enemies. But I really wish a lot of the events that you hear about and all the stories in the game, I kind of wish, like, this is why I was kind of wishing they'd be a DLC or something. But we know that's not going to happen for this game. But you'll see here in a sec when I opening up like these little boards right here that have stories on them and more lore about the game. I really wish like a lot of the events that you see happen,
The Great Huntress.
you actually get to do like in a DLC or something. I think that'd be kind of
That's your
cool.
father. And all the
You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be canon. It could just be something actually put in the game that's more enjoyable and more fun.
both of
So I am kind of bummed about that because I listened to some of these stories here and it's really cool. Like I wish you got to meet a lot of these characters since you know a lot of the time when they talk about these characters, they don't. They don't really show up. You just hear about them like from the mirror or from these little storyboards, as I like to call them. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on that.
One more for the collection. Look at this place. Well, yeah. But if a dwarf built it, we must. Another one down.
What is the beast?
So that finishing move that you just saw there is what I was talking about earlier with the trolls, because
Instead of rotting in a cage.
that'll get repeated every single time you kill one of them,
Well, Atreus.
except for the one that's in Helheim. So, yeah. But I thought it was kind of funny there when I did that runic attack in the realm between realms that it actually changed the color, which is really funny.
Glad I'm on your side.
But yeah, that was a big thing. Now another big thing about this game that I really like, I thought was kind of funny actually, was when I was looking around to try to figure out how to do this puzzle. I saw this big thing on the ground. I was like, is that actually a troll? See, and when I was going back to earlier when I was talking about, oh, I wish they would put these characters you see on the wall in the game, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I would have been really cool to see one of those. Now, I get it doesn't go along with the story too well, but
We can't expect them all
still,
to
wouldn't it
do
have been really
something
cool to see more big creatures and more, like, boss-type enemies? Or maybe you fight him, like, you know, the big titans that Kratos would fight in the, you know, original God of Wars. So, yeah. So, the puzzles I actually do really like. But I mean, again, they are kind of tedious, but they're still... The first time you do it, it's really cool and interesting, but then you go, okay, well, I know this drill. Other than this one I'm showing you right now, this one's a little unique compared to the other ones. Basically what I'm doing is I'm spinning that to get the right runic, and then I'll open that chest you just saw. And then I get this sword right here, which is pretty good, and I was very close to putting it on, but I'll have to see if I upgrade a few things and upgrade the gem all the way and see if it actually is better. I think it'll give me more strength, which would be nice. So that'd be good. But yeah, the puzzles are, for the most part, good. I like the puzzles, but wish they're a little more creative on some of them. So I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. And that was this video was on me talking about what I liked and didn't like. And I hope you guys enjoy it, honestly. And as always, it's been your boy, The Alchemist. Like, share, and subscribe. And have a fantastic day wherever you happen to be in the world. Peace.